Hey girl. First of all, happy Friday everyone, happy Friday. And welcome to the Lazy Redhead. And if you don't know...
This bitch, the Lazy Redhead.
Right. At the moment, I'm still stitching and bitching. This week though, this is a vlog style. This has got a bit of tripping. I've got some, what have I got? This is a jumpsuit that I'm going to be selling. Do you know what it was like coming on camera this morning, right? You know the way where you've done something, you've done a thing, right? And you've got to come on, you're in a room with your mums, right? Or whatever, your aunties, this big, strong, you're my big, strong women. And, you know, well, I've done a thing and I've done a thing. So I decided to hide the evidence of said thing just for a moment. Because it's the thing. But what I have done is I filmed a bit of my trip and your battery's about to go out again. Honest to God, I know. Back, I did a thing and then I put the film on, came on camera, realised, and then I was like, oh, I've got to hide the thing. So that's what I've done. I've just hid the thing, hid my thing, the thing that happened, the thing that I did. Right, did some pictures in my sketchbook. The sketchbook I said I wasn't going to start. You can see a bit of the jacket there. That's a clue as to what the reveal is going to be like. Trust me, I don't think you're going to be disappointed with this piece, this garment. Absolutely beautiful. I'm so bloody excited to reveal it to you because I really think you're going to absolutely love. Just absolutely love. Doing two jobs at once here, guys, and you know how bad that is. I don't care. So literally all I'm doing is pinning my ideas into place. It's the most satisfying task I think I've done in a very long time. But what I'll do is I'll come back with you on this piece. You'll get to see a bit of a reveal. And then we'll choose the beadage. Beadage being all these beadages. Right, let's get to the beginning of the film. The drive there was absolutely stunning. There's no two ways about it. There was some beautiful skies, lights. I love the way the moon, in fact, poked through the clouds. Oh, and the fog and stuff. It was like early morning. There was some footage galore, right, guys? There was some seriously visual landscape porn. That's how it feels. That's what it made me feel, right? And I needed to capture it, which thankfully I did. Winston, would you mind taking your scooshies, self-scooshies, somewhere else, please? Right, back to it. It was just stunning. The skies, the lights was just that beautiful, like blue crisp. There's like a pinky hue because the sun is just sort of poking through. The weather going down was just awesome sauce. You couldn't have asked for better weather for a long journey like this. It takes us about between 6 and 8 hours, depending on traffic, all that sort of stuff, to get down there, and you're just never disappointed with the view. But the fog, there's something so mysterious about the fog that I think I really want to catch it in my work, hence the copious amounts of footage I've got of it, right? All the way down, just stunning. But it was the moments, right, where the sun came through and act like this huge, like, orb in the sky. You know, like the mothership. The inspiration was much inspo. So what I'm probably going to do with this, like, travel footage is separate it into another video. I'm going to be watching this footage for days. One of the things that I absolutely did not bank on capturing, and that was the outdoor inspo, like city furniture, I think it's called, really. And it's one thing I absolutely love. But just like different signs, the construction of those signs, like the slatting, absolutely beautiful, and like the lights. And I tried to capture that all into one sketch that I did. I did it like a single sketch that took me all the way down south, all the way down, and just picking stuff up along the road, just little visual treats to sort of integrate, because one of the things I did during when we were in the small studio, the little box room, is I did, and I'll get them out for you because I want you to see, is I did like stickers, like piece stickers. It's on Lynette's texture video that I'll be doing. I don't know, I'll probably be breaking that into 3. But do you remember I used to do this, and I was going through old sketchbooks over for my sketchbook party, which is like a paid YouTube membership thing. All links are down below. You probably hear me go on about it a lot, but I was doing my old sketchbooks. I think, in my opinion, sketchbooks don't go to wither and die on a shelf when they're completed. Oh no, sunshine. No. They are more than that, aren't they? They have a fundamental purpose to serve. They need to be, you know, they need to be contributing to your work consistently, you know, throughout the process, despite whether they're finished or not. And that's what we were discussing. We'll continue to have that conversation, actually, because it's quite a large one. Anyway, tangent. In aid of that, got out some sketchbooks, and I was like, oh, that would be good for this video and stuff like that. So I got piles just streamed of sketchbooks, right? But remember when I was doing these things, like I was taking notes of different landscape furniture. And in fact, I think in here we've got stickers. I like the idea that the actual thingies would be, you could move around your piece like an interactive artwork. I'm still on about that, but anyway, in aid of that idea, I did create these things. They're like farm stuff, and this is like a water bucket, you know, and I cut them out and putting them on different pieces. The idea was to see if compositionally it worked before I commit with a paintbrush, but I loved them so much that I think I might continue that, but just with other stuff. I mean, I really did like note some stuff down, and I remembered that, you know. So it's all these little things, guys, you know, all these little gems that just float about, you know, when you're ready for them. So you might think of them or conceptualize them at the time, note them down, right? Take that information in, put it somewhere, because I really believe that it is useful. So when you're looking back on things, you've got it there, and you might be ready for it then, you know. You might, at the time you think about it, you're going, oh, I don't know about this. Get it down, sketchbook in, and then you'll be looking through it one day and going, yeah, I'm totes ready for that. Totes ready for that concept now. That's kind of what happened. It's like tangent. Anyway, city furniture. This is what I'm on about, and I captured quite a lot of it, really. Obviously trees, foliage, how they kind of look on the bank of the road, like the side of the road. I find that just delicious. And if you can imagine changing the sky behind or putting some information behind, that was also the other thing that I really noticed when I was doing the side footage, right? Was that you could see the outline of the landscape behind, like the background. And I really liked that concept, you know, as a bigger piece. So I'll probably end up working on that. And this is the great thing about doing these videos, taking these videos when I'm out and about, you know, because I've got images, but with a video it's like a continuous stream, isn't it? It's a continuous stream of images, isn't it? You know, and I love it so much. Absolutely. And it's just, I'll never ever miss out on something because I can pause it, you know, which this is why I love the idea of doing this for the patrons, actually. I mean, just silly little things like this, dogs hanging out of windows, just so delightful, right? You got him there, and then miles down the road we catch up and he goes by again. Oh, stupid things like that that just make you a part of the world. Like, did anyone else see that? Did anyone else get the privilege to like see that moment? And you take a minute and you're like, when we're coming into my hometown, by the way, where I'm from, where I was born and bred, right, is a place called Salisbury in Wiltshire. England, right, or the UK. The unique thing about Salisbury is the Salisbury Cathedral, right? It's huge, it's monumentous, it's just delicious, right? Anyway, the unique thing about this is every road that comes into Salisbury, no matter where you're coming from, you see the spire. That's something that's unique about Salisbury, is that no matter what road you come in, and it was actually one of the concepts for the design of the cathedral, is that when you come into Salisbury, that no matter where and how and whatever, there'll be a point where you see that spire and it's like, right, we're coming in to Salisbury. And I always remember that, and there's something quite lovely about that, and homely for me anyway. So that's the trip down. You see that visual stimulation, that sexiness is. Whilst we were there, we went into pubs, restaurants, and the pubs are just delicious, right? They are like everything you can imagine an English pub being, in my opinion anyway. So you got like the fire going and everything. So we went that night and I did some sketches. The sketch, actually one of these sketches, I think it's here, I'm going to show you them. Here was inspired by the trip down, and I love it, and it's just silly little things. Now some of it is fairly illustrative, but I'm working on, I'll bring you forward, but I am working on several projects that require me to be illustrative, so this was more in aid of that. So you've got the little cards, but this is not a cow. My husband thought it was a cow, and I was delighted that he did, because I wasn't insulted. The reason it looks like that is because it's a Muller truck. Have you ever seen who you are? Oh, sorry, bub. Hello, darling. Hush. Not today. Just stood on my baby. This is a Muller truck. Yeah, Muller. You know, the yogurt. They all look like this. And I thought it was bloody marvellous. So I got a Muller truck in there. Look, see. These signs, big neon signs. Take a break. I thought that was very apt for our journey down, you know. Obviously we got some mental foliage trees. Now I've got a massive commission, huge mammoth commission that I'm going to be taking a run at. I'm just waiting for the frames to be delivered. One's 6 foot, one's like 4 foot, and they're for a big music room. So this was intended, this sketch did intend, right, what am I thinking, the ideas, you know, and these trees, certainly this one here was me going, I need to work on this. Is it going to work? Is it not? So it did start out as a preparation for this commission. But then, you know, I just, back of the signs. Obviously, we've seen the back of signs before. The cone. So usually cones are obviously like red and white or red and yellow. Yeah, but I found a blue and yellow one. What does that mean? I didn't realise they come in different colours. With this illustrative project also, this is quite a dark one, but this was that fire that you saw, and just the surrounding blocks and things, which I thought was lovely. It's very different to what I'm used to, but again, I will let you in on that project later on down the road, because I'm still filming the preparations for it, and I want to do it as a one-up. But I will make sure that the film that gets uploaded to YouTube is beginning to end, because there's nothing worse, is there really? You know, they're getting somewhere and then being like,
Stay tuned.
is that, oh God, I hate it. I don't know about you. Anyway, this is my husband, but what makes me go is hands, because I started drawing it with him being a bit smaller, and then I realised he wasn't that small, and he's quite a big chunkity. He wouldn't mind me saying that. He's a chunky monkey. But his hands are like I thought it was quite cute. You know, they're not perfect, but I don't need them to be perfect. They're my memories, you know. That was in the end what we did with those sketches. After that first initial evening, I was on the go all the time. My mum had to go and visit her sister, so I was getting her there. And then obviously my husband's got this thing about feeding ducks and swans and stuff. Well, the swans were out, the ducks had buggered off somewhere else. But So he wanted to feed the bloody swans at a place called Elizabeth Gardens, close to where I grew up. My house was very close to Elizabeth Gardens, and it is just one of these places that are just so beautiful. I absolutely love this place. It's full of lots of memories. I used to go there when I was a child in the park. I used to go there when I was a teenager with my friends. Like it was a meeting spot a lot of the time. When it was summer, we used to swim and paddle in the water there. Like it's quite a central part of the place. It's just beautiful. Are you alright, Meanie? Oh, a bug has just tried to attack his little face. But I did have other reasons for being there, which will account for my alternative scarf come jumpsuit with tags. This isn't a fashion choice, this was just something I threw on because I was like, you know, where your mum's about to walk in the room and then you realise and you're like, cover myself. Well, yes. So I'm just gonna put a bit of music on and just get out of the way. Now, I already know the individuals that are going to be emailing me, like...
Are you playing that?
I just know. I already know. And the thing is, if I say on camera who they're going to be, but I'll tell you what I'm going to do. I'm going to write the suspects who I think are going to email me down, right? So you'll see me. You just got to trust that I'm doing it. So first email I'll probably get, or message. I'm probably gonna say email or message because some of my subscribers, my diehards,
You know who you are.
but I can't tell you who you are because then it will ruin what I'm about to do. So my diehards will just balls deep comment. They will be out there just like. So I'm going to put that first individual. Second individual is very, very email orientated, message orientated, and is what I call a double bubbler. So she has access to not only the sketchbook party, she also has access to Patreon. This one's lovely. She's just so beautiful, this individual. But I'm going to put her down because I don't know. She might have a thing. Another person that will definitely email or text or comment and be like die hard, like this is amazing, is the one I can't pronounce. So it will be spelt wrong. All right. Yup. I don't know, but she might. Yep, she might. I'm going to put her down anyway. Because this one also beautiful, but I don't know. She could swing either way, that one. Swing either way. Obviously, one that's going to comment, and I'll just tell you who will, Jezebine. Jezebine will comment, you know, the big furry, this dude, this little furry tart, right? he'll be commenting dark hard. So I'm going to put him there next to that person. One other person, and the reason I'm doing the one other person because I want to get them in order so that when you know where Jezebine is, you'll know that it's sort of, I've written this list and that's the list. So the other person, there's so many, oh, I don't know. Yeah, I'm going to do that. Oh, I'm going to have to put another one actually. 3. I'm going to put another 3, but all 3 have YouTube channels. I think the bottom one might be all right with it. The second one was just such a beautiful human being. I don't think we'll have a problem, but would like to comment on it. And the one, I think she'll be cool with it. I think the one literally below. Right, so shall we put their reactions? Right, so we're going to say the first one. We're going to go absolutely not. I'm going to just put hard no. I'm going to be like, no, hard no on that one as well. I'll just put UM, because I'm not sure. Oh, that one would be a hard yes, up for it. I'm going to put next to that one. Jezebine, God only knows what that bitch is going to say. You are going to be, I'm going to put you as a hard yes. I'm going to put you as an and I'm going to put, see, I want to say you're going to say yes. I'm going to go with my gut. I'm going to go with my gut. I think they'll be fine with it. Right, so there's the list. Now, I will do like a small short video when this goes live, like maybe on the Sunday or the Monday, and we'll look at the list together. We'll do it on the shorts though. No, actually, I lied. We'll probably end up doing it like a mini video, like a 1 to 2 minute video, because shorts, they're only a minute, and then they go out to a completely different demographic, and then those individuals are just going to get a list. Anyway, oh yeah, it's all come off, look, in that.
Get to tapping.
Oh, there might be some hardballers in there. There's some people I haven't even thought about, and if that's the case, I'm terribly sorry, but I just did it off the cuff. First individual is definitely going to be die hard, and I already know that individual's reaction. I'm just glad that they're halfway across the world. Don't worry, I won't be offended. These people care about me, and you know, I love that. I don't want to discourage that, but I'm going to do what I'm going to do, and my actions are going to be controversial. Sauce-a-rooney. So yeah, what do you think? Yeah, look, see, my skin's had a reaction. I remember going down, I had watched a video about, I know this is totes vlogs, it's proper diary style. In fact, I'm actually going to pull up a chair. Ow, I just hurt myself again. Like I'm catching up with my girlfriends. I bloody love it. It was really high. It was, what was it talking about? Oh yeah, I watched like a little YouTube video. Well, it was YouTube. I think it was more like a reel of like Facebook or Instagram anyway. But you know how you just sort of stroll aimlessly to sort of chill out anyway. Came across this skin awareness video. Not so that I really pay attention, but the girl was sort of talking about like redheads and stuff, and it's like, ah, that's me, my people. So I watched a bit of it, and she was saying about the importance of like SPF and blah 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 on the face and that. So I was like, oh yeah, that's what I'm gonna do. So basically I got this SPF face moisturizer, high SPF for like redheads, sensitive skin. Oh my god, it had such a bad reaction to my skin. It was unreal, like bumps, blisters, it was horrendous. So no, I did a patch test as well afterwards. I should have really done a patch test before, but I did a patch test and that happened. That went blah, blah, within literally about 5 minutes. So that's gone. I'm also going to patch test another thing which I feel is going to be an issue, and it's like tanning serum. It's just to give the glow. It's not like Orangina type situation like me walking around like a giant Wotsit. Can you imagine a giant Wotsit? This was the other thing. Went round Salisbury after my tattoo, and there was an artist doing a mural. Now, I haven't read her thing, but I'm going to do it now. So this is about the girl, the lady that I saw doing this huge mural, and I'm sure, yeah, so it will be a funded thing, which it is. Anyway, her name is Samantha. I am passionate about brightening up dull and gloomy areas around beautiful city. That is so lovely. My aim is to cover all of the 11 walls along the walkway, which is called Peppy's Walk. The funny thing about Peppy's Walk is right at the end of that, where we were stood by this sign, if you're looking down, at the end of that there are double doors, and that is called the Cozy Club. And you won't be going in there with me, but we will be going in together verbally, because something amazing happened in there this week that I'm sure you'll agree is just the most beautiful thing. I'm very pleased to announce that Salisbury BID, don't know what that is, have offered to partner with me, so I am pleased to say that I no longer need any additional funding for resources. Oh, well done, Samantha. I'm looking forward to involving my students at Bishop Wordsworth School and possibly those from other schools in the coming months. I would like to thank all of the kind people who have donated to my GoFundMe page. I'm very grateful. If you would like to donate, please use the link or the QR code. If you would like to follow my progress or to see other artwork, then you can follow her at those things. So you've got a link. She's on Facebook, she's on Instagram, and she's on the Salisbury BID or Salisbury BID. I don't know what that is. I'll need to look into that because I've probably seen it before, but I've just, you know, I haven't been there for years, you know. But I just loved it, and I thought, oh my God, my community would love it. This is the great thing about taking your film, like filming everything, is that you never miss a beat. You know, you can always refer back. Now, I was in my room on this day. This is my last day, so I'm going to leave you with this girl, this one, my past self, to tell you the events of the night before. So this is me explaining the events of the night before on Valentine's, and that will become what's significant in just a moment. That is me ready to go from my hometown. You can in fact see the cathedral from my hotel room. Here's my hotel room. I'm not one of these that do that, but I'll show you these as well. They're just awesome. I'm sorry guys, they're awesome. Look at these trousers. Look at them in the sale. How fabulous they are, right? Wouldn't you just go, do you know what? If you saw me walking down the road, that's a smile on two legs. Oh my God, also this ring here. Look how beautiful it is. I'll have to tell you that story when, actually I'll tell you the story now because I'm waiting for my husband and my mum to get themselves set up. Okay, so what happened was, when my husband and I met, he had asked me to marry him, obviously. Anywho, he'd asked me to marry him. And obviously I said yes. And he gave me this ring. Not that ring. He gave me the top ring. It's this diamondy, this one. No, the top one. The one that looks like a teardrop. Right. Are you with me? Anyway, it took about 2-3 months to get actually resized by the place he bought it for me. And anyway, it was just a nightmare. Bear in mind, that is the ring he chose for me to ask me to marry him, right? So for him, there was a lot of sentimental value at the time. But prior to his realisation in that, he got a return and said, right, we're going into town, we're going to get you a ring, we're going to do it together. And I was so excited. I was like, fine. I love Art Deco. I love it. It's beautiful. It's my fave. Anyway, I got an Art Deco ring, which is this ring. It's big, chunky shield there. And love it. Anyway, a few days later, we had it sized. I think it was a week later. I was at work. I was working at HomeSense, and for America, I think HomeSense, Home Goods, it might be in America, I think, but it was part of TJ Maxx or TK Maxx in England, right? I worked with them on and off for about 10 years, TK Maxx and that. So at this point, I was working at Home Sense. My husband walks in and asks me very calmly to give me the ring back. To give him the ring back. And I was like, what? The ring I chose? Yep. And I was like, he said, I really want you to have the ring I chose. It means a lot to me that, you know, it means the world to me that, and it was awful, right? It was just horrendous, right? Now, I'm not like shallow, I'm not a gold digger, and I know this gives gold digger vibes at all, but I think for me, it was just like, there was a lot entwined in the choosing of the ring for me that I think he hadn't appreciated. Anyway, I gave the ring back. I was devastated, you know, and I was made to feel horrendous as a result because, like I said, it gave off a lot of gold dig vibes, like diva, right? Anyway, it's our 10-year wedding anniversary next year, so it's 9 years this year in June. Next year is our 10-year wedding anniversary, and obviously we've come home, and it's been the first time I've come back to Salisbury since my dad passed away in 2019. And I was just really needing to come home and just be here for a bit, you know? And it's been amazing. Last night we went for my husband's birthday meal. It was my husband's birthday yesterday. We went for my husband's birthday meal. Now, I chose to book the place that we had our first date. He asked me to marry him there. We had a wedding there. And then last night we were with friends and they were saying about like the ring and like whatever. It just comes up, the ring story, right? And he goes, oh, what do you mean? What ring do you mean? And I was like, you know, the ring, you know, the ring, my ring, you know. And the ring he actually got me has got really sharp edges. If you can sort of see it somewhat, bitch bites, right? It's just we have a love-hate relationship. Now, I love this ring now because he loved it so much and there's like a story behind it. So it has quite a large sentimental value situation. So I'd never be able to kind of smelt it down and whatever. I'd never be able to do that. Equally though, it bites me all the time. All the time. It twists round, right? And it bites me in my other finger in that. Obviously this isn't on the ring anyway. He goes, oh, you mean? And he pulls up the box, you mean this ring? And I was like, what? He's like, the ring 9 years ago. He was going to hold on to it until our 10-year wedding anniversary, so it would have been next year. Anyway, no, he thought it was just so beautiful, this moment. We were at the Cozy Club, which is where all these events took place. I was talking to our friends about the ring story. And then he was like, oh, this ring. Oh my God, he tracked it down. The place we took it back to for the whole time, this whole time, literally last month, they had to send it to the manufacturer because it didn't sell. It was almost like there was a bad aura or something on it. And I just imprinted on the ring. And if anyone else bought it, it would just bring them a world of misery. So no one bought the ring. And last month, anyway, Mark went to the place. He got the ring back. And this is the ring. Can you even? I'm still shocked. And then our friends were like, oh, you're so lucky, you know, like to have a man like that. And I was like, before the ring, I knew I was lucky. You guys know. Yeah, you can tell them. I know I'm lucky. I'm always giving my husband huge praises. He's so good. But yeah, it's just been quite an emotional trip, to be fair, and that was unreal. I literally can't believe it. I start crying again. I feel it. I'm trying to hold it back. Can you believe it? Oh my God, it's the ring. And the thing is, right, what makes it laugh is I've got them stacked, you know, that's wedding bands and things like that. And obviously what I've done is I've put my original engagement ring on this ring. The solitaire below that is my mum's ring. That was a ring my mum had made, my dad had made for my mum. And below that is a wishbone ring that was my mum's when she was growing up, you know. So they've all got sentimental value, my rings, right? And I know I look like Don King with them all on, but I don't care. Don't care. Love the aesthetic. More is more, guys. More is more. And my mother-in-law had somewhat to do with why my husband had confiscated the ring. She said it was not the ring that he had chose, that I should respect the fact that that's the one he wants me to have, and that, no, I get it. It was but don't think for a second that the ring, my ring, didn't have equal to the amount of sentimental value, thought, emotion behind that particular ring and why I chose it. You know, I did choose it for a lot of reasons, right? So yeah, so I'd fill you in on that. Anyway, I'm going home, so I'll see you when I get home. I was just so shocked, and it was the most beautiful thing that's ever happened to me. I mean, there's been lots of beautiful things that happened to me, certainly since I've started this channel, don't get me wrong, and I'm not taking away from those moments, believe me, but in terms of actually that, I mean, I never thought I'd see that ring again. I never assumed he's going to get me that ring back. And I know that the story, anytime I've told people the story, I've come across like a bit of a diva, like a bit of like a gold digging kind of like, that's not good enough for me diva, and it wasn't that. Had I not seen the ring, or we hadn't exchanged the ring or refunded the ring, anything like that, I wouldn't know any different, would I? I would be delighted with the ring that he chose. But because it took me about 2-3 days really to choose my ring, and I did it based on so many factors, you know how you think about it, and it's just such a monumentous moment in anyone's life, like the getting engaged and getting married, that so you do put a lot of thought into it, you know. And I never expected to be put in the position of having to choose my own ring, but as it was, I was, you know. And I remember his mum saying, that's not really a traditional ring, and I'm like, what are you, a traditional bitch? Do you know what I mean? Have you seen me lately? And I can understand, I do understand why it happened. I was just so upset, you know, that I was put through all that, and you know, do you know what it's like? And I'm going to put it in a way that you guys will understand, and you guys know what I'm like, you know me, right? So you know that I hope that you wouldn't assume that I was one of those diva bitches. I can be a diva, don't get me wrong, but this is like, right, you get it. It's the equivalent of you labouring over a piece of work for weeks, months even, and then someone coming up to you and saying it like, that was the feeling, that's how it felt, you know. And I know that's silly, I know you're going to have opinions of it, but it always like was a bone of contention with me, like, you know, coming in to my place of work and confiscating the ring off me just broke my heart. So that's what happened with that. That was all she wrote. But yeah, I mean, I've still got it on. Can you hear that? It's dead ASMR-y. This is why I can't do ASMR. Because I'm bloody creepy. Oh, isn't she just delightful? Sparkly, love it. My original, don't worry, my original ring is there. The Spike of Doom, which is this thing, if you couldn't tell. Oh, even there, it hurts. Hurt my little finger there. Can you believe it? I'm so lucky. I know I'm lucky with that man. Well, you know what he's done for me the past few months and the struggles that I've had. Coming home, and I did some filming coming home because it was grey, and one of the things that I absolutely loved was that it was darkening, but that the lights were on, you know, and the flickering of the lights. I really liked that. They reminded me like moving stars on a road. I don't know. And decided to start this jean jacket, but I wanted the jean jacket to represent the time that I had there, so the significant point. So this jean jacket is actually called, remember I said to you I was going to do my side hustle. This jean jacket is probably called the ring or something to do with my like bit of a love story. Okay, so this is the jacket I have been working on this evening. Everything is pinned into place by nappy pins and your thingamabobs, you know, pins, normal pins. Right, okay, so top to bottom then. So one of the beautiful things about this is that I like the idea of being able to turn the jean jacket up, right? But one thing that I loved, and because I'm in England and our weather is just so gnarly here, I wanted to put one of these oriental toggles on so that you could toggle it up. Hang on, this will all get stitched on this will. You get it, you get it. Then one of the other things that I quite like the idea of is each slip for the, you know, what's it called, button or what have you, gets like an emblem, right? So I'm going to be doing that. I quite like the idea of that. So when it's over, it's like, look how cute that is, right? This is the hand that represents the ring, which I love. So it is very much love story. You've got the hearts. Obviously it was done Valentine's as well, on Valentine's Day. So I wanted that, and things like, you know, I've only got eyes for you, that's very creepy. Have to have a bit of creepage in there, because you know what I'm like. You know, you've got, these are patches, like elbow patches. Well, they're not, but that's how I was going to use them. Oh my God, that's what I said. You know, this thing, getting creepy, a bit creepage in there. You've got Come On Baby, Light My Fire. I thought that was quite cute because what the hand does somewhat go in the pocket, right? But not entirely. So I just wanted it sort of kind of reaching in and then things sort of coming out of it. Then I wanted arm embellishments so that when you're wearing it, you've got that. On the back, I haven't started the back just yet, but I will actually do that just now. I'll probably do a stitch and bitch video in just a moment. On the back I've got this big emblem, and I've got some other trinkets here, but I'll probably end up ordering more, even though we've got all of these. I know I've got a problem. We've got to choose our beads. Do you love it? So you get the thing. I want my side hustle, my pieces, right, to be almost like a diary. So I'll always remember, so whoever purchases this, there's an actual story behind it, you know. You've got the ring in there, you've got that, like, that love story. It was done, you know, this was created at Valentine's, you know, so it's very, I love that idea, isn't it? I like the idea. I want it to look like, if you wanted to, you could frame it. It's like wearable art. Isn't that just too much? Oh God, I love it. It's like my personality's exploded into, you know, like a situation with sleeves. So one of the other things I like the idea of doing is ensuring that each of the pieces, or not every one of them, because I do like the patch look. You know, I do like things that just look patchy, stuck on, right? But not all of them. I think it seems like you've kind of copped out really a little bit. That's just my opinion though. So I've got all these beads and little trinkets and stuff, and I wanted to integrate them. So like these things, these are actually charm embellishments. Like the idea of them. So I'm going to pick out a few of these. I've actually got some love heart charms as well. I did do a video of Stitch and Bitch. I think that's probably either going on here or Patreon or Sketchbook. I'd probably go on Patreon. I'm not sure yet. I haven't decided where it's going to go, but I did a huge haul. Don't you dare. I've just realised you weren't on me then. Like, tart back there. Stealing my limelight. You don't pay the bills. Gotta move her. So one of the things that I liked the idea of doing was doing a Stitch and Bitch, right? So, but because it is going to be called Stitch and Bitch, it's basically videos of me creating my pieces, kind of like just doing them, filming it, talking to you about it, but as well as like talking about life stuff. Like Stitch and Bitch is kind of like a little community that I used to be a part of when I lived down south, and I loved it. And it's where I learned to crochet properly. So my mother-in-law taught me how to knit, and then I loved crochet. So I found this little gathering at a local knitting shop, and I used to go there all the time and just chill out with the guys, and it was amazing. I loved it. So I wanted to sort of almost recreate that because I just love that so much. So I'm literally just picking out some beads. Now I've got these things, these study thingies, you know, like the punk rock, which I love, but they're in silver. I want them in gold, and I thought I had them in gold, and I don't, which is grumped to me right out, I don't mind telling you. These will be for sale. Don't know when, but they will be. They will be for sale, all right? I know some people have emailed, inquired about some. You know who you are. But yes, I'll let you know when they're for sale, but they won't be for sale obviously until they're done. And I'm sorry, but I mean, this one's going to take me a few weeks, right? Because I've got all the embellishments to do. I've got to order some more stuff for it. The back has still got to be finished, you know. The front has got to be set in stone. I'm absolutely delighted with my progress so far. And I've got to hand stitch all of the beadings and all that good stuff. And I'm probably going to get this lined as well. I'm probably actually going to have a seamstress line the jackets because I think that's just an extra thing. Like, and I love that. I'm all over that, all right? So it will take a few weeks, quite a few weeks to get these done, but it'll be worth it. But with that in mind though, you can appreciate that they are not going to be cheap. Some will, because I think the t-shirts won't take too much bedazzling, she says. But the more substantial pieces like this piece, denim, some of the denim I've got is just going to be quintessentially fabulous. And again, it's not going to be for everyone, but no, it's, I worked it out, and no, they're not going to be cheap. But then, you know, you're wearing art, as far as I'm concerned. It's just an extension of my creative outlet, and this is something I've always wanted to do. And this year, as I said, 2024, nothing but investing your time in things that make you happy, because I'm telling you now guys, I have had one of the roughest times. I just couldn't imagine having a rougher time, I'll be honest. And don't get me wrong, there are people out there having a much harder time than me, some of whom I'm friends with, okay? But for me personally, it's been rough. And if I was to imagine others having it worse than me, my advice would be just keep your shit together just for a bit, just for a minute, right? And get to the other end and just focus, just constantly focus on what makes you happy. Just smiling as much as you can, laughing as much as you can. Just try and get through it, because believe me, I know how bloody hard it's been difficult. All right, guys. I don't even know what else to say on that. It's been dodge. But you know, I'm here, I'm good, and do you know what? I know this may seem mental, may look mental. You know, it's like a bit of a weird one, bit of a turnaround. What are you doing? No, I get it. I absolutely get it. Because to anyone else, this would be mental. This would be weird, wouldn't it? You're like, why? Why not? That's what I want to know. That's the questions you should be asking, not why. Asking, why not? Tell me this. Judgy. I love this one as well. Stay weird. Obviously, guys. I might actually put stay weird on here somewhere, like inside the jacket. It's very much me though, isn't it, that? Stay weird. Look at this weekend, but it's fluffy. Anyway, if you want to see more of that, you're gonna have to wait until I've uploaded it to Patreon, to my Stitch and Bitch. Stitch and Bitch will be over on Patreon, and the only reason is because Patreon allows me to say Stitch and Bitch, or call things Stitch and Bitch, because it's not monetized based on their title or that kind of stuff, and it's a bit more free over there. So Stitch and Bitch it is. But if you like the idea of a Stitch and Bitch sesh with me, you have to go to Patreon. Sorry, I don't mean to plug it. I'm not plugging it. I'm just letting you know. Right, it's the reality of the situation. I don't know what to say about it. I'm gonna love you. Loves. Bye, guys.